chaos and all sorts of stuff. Get slammed through a table or win a few bucks. In this league when it all wraps up, last place is the loser, but first was just luck. And in this case you'll figure out we are the wrong way roundabouts. We'll talk some shit and make things up. We'll complain about it all a lot, but I love this stupid league.
We're live, sir. Welcome back.
Hello, John.
I got a clip for you here.
Come here. The prodigal. My son returns.
Nice.
Office fan.
Not really, but I appreciate Steve Carell.
Yeah, he's a pretty good comedian.
Yeah.
So, Andres, I think you owe the listeners an explanation. Where the hell have you been for the last month?
I've been busy, man.
Yeah.
And you're hard to pin down as well.
Me? I got a very open schedule.
Yeah, but you like to get your beauty sleep. You don't like to record past 9.
It's true. Yeah, I have calls with the Indian crew starting at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So they keep me going to bed at a reasonable time.
Okay.
So
I'm here. I'm here for you.
I'm thankful for it. Just want to be totally clear. It's the audience has been missing you. Many voicemails, calls, emails, notes of concern. The police stopped by here one night to check in on you. I said I hadn't seen you. So,
okay.
But you're alive, doing well.
What's that called? Like a health check?
A welfare check?
Welfare check, yeah.
Yeah. So I said, I don't know, check the tennis courts, call the Parestas. They might have some insight as to where he is. But they found you. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. How is the schedule these days? Still crazy?
It's good crazy. I like being busy. I don't like just being at home. But this was overdue. I do apologize. But I'm here. We're going to have a rocking show today.
Yeah, we are in week 5 of the fantasy football season. And I got a slide at the end here. We can go into the current standings, but things are starting to take shape.
Before we proceed, how come you don't send me the notes anymore?
So because I did them an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Because it seems like they're very detailed. And then I show up and, I'll say they're very detailed. I'm like, I have nothing planned for you.
Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment because, these didn't exist until about 5:45 p.m. today.
Okay.
And I went through. I'll probably get exposed as we go through the notes because they're not as detailed as you may think. I think part of it is they're in PowerPoint format, which it lends a certain air of, I'll say, professionalism to the task that probably does not warrant.
Okay.
Yeah. But been several changes around. What do you think about the new intro music, Andres? We changed it up. No more banjo fade.
I like it. I like it. I like the punk rock.
Yeah. So maybe for next season we can do a rap intro. We can play around with it. AI is getting crazy these days.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into our sponsors. We're going to start with Todd Early at Platinum Property this time. So we talked about Todd's event last week when we were there for the fantasy draft party.
Yeah.
You have a good time?
Oh, yeah. He's so hospitable. It was awesome.
So I got to ask the real question. So did you ever get your $16.08 from the remaining 2 members?
One paid. I'm still missing one. That's all I'm going to say. Can you believe that? I don't even care about the money because Tim overpaid. You overpaid. I think Teague overpaid. I'm like, I'm down 9. I don't care about the actual money. It's the principle.
It is the principle. The situation. I do have a hard time believing that. I'll throw you $9, Andres, because that's not right. You organized it. You picked it up. Great pizza. Very good. I'm like Matt. I didn't have any problem paying $16 for 2 slices. Yeah. There were enormous slices of top quality pizza. Maybe we should reach out to Annunziata's, see if we can get them to jump on the sponsorship bandwagon.
TJ.
Yeah.
Hit them up.
Yeah, TJ, use your sales skills to talk to Annunziata's. Oh,
if you can call Maria's dry cleaners, you can call Annunziata's.
Speaking Mandarin. I knew you had them to join. Yeah, Platinum. That place was a hell of a place to have a draft party, and Todd is a hell of a host. Hey, I've got some breaking news for you, Andres. You are not even aware of this yet. So remember how I've been making the comments I'm going to hold a Halloween seance at Platinum Property? It's happening.
Okay.
It's on. Confirmed.
Well, why am I the last to know?
I mean, Andres, you haven't been on your podcast for a month.
I feel like I'm down to 4% ownership.
Well, then now is when you start clawing it back here. So I'm letting you know you can get up to you're already back up to 10% by virtue of showing up tonight. So it's improving. But yeah, it's confirmed. So I have an authentic, I use that word somewhat loosely, but also seriously. I have an authentic paranormal investigator.
How'd you find him or her?
I literally went on Google and typed in Forsyth County ghost hunting.
Okay.
And I found an article from our friends at the Forsyth County News about a Cumming-based paranormal investigation group. And Forsyth County News had written an article on them. I think this was back in 2021 or 2022. And they had done, an investigation of the Brandon Hurd House, which, the cigar bar in Cumming?
Yep.
So it's on the opposite side of the street from the cigar bar in Cumming, like where that multi-story parking deck is,
Yep.
right? Kind of catty corner to that. The La, I'm sure you'll be able to pronounce this better than me, La Caze Catacana.
Sagatakana and the Bagwell Mathis tires. Oh,
Yes.
Bagwell tires. Yeah, I know that area. Yeah.
So it's right over there. So that is apparently haunted. So the name of this group is Inner Light Paranormal. So I found their Facebook page. I found their website page. I sent a couple messages and introduced myself and said, hey, we know Todd Early over at Platinum Property. Great guy. He's over at 212 Kelly Mill Road. And, he thinks he has a ghost problem. So the gentleman's name is Scott Tolbert, and he's a member of Inner Light.
Tolbert. That's Tolbert Street.
The Tolberts, it's one of those Forsyth County names. Like,
No, I'm saying, are they related? Or
I'm somewhere way back. I'm sure they are related. I ever tell you the story about the plumber I met that was a Mathis?
no.
This was for the HOA. We didn't talk about that. You're on the HOA now. There was a plumber that came to fix something for the HOA, and his name was like Joe Mathis. I don't know. His last name was definitely Mathis. And I'm like, oh, you're a Mathis. I'm like, I went to school with several Mathises. And I'm like, you know any of them? And I mentioned a girl, Julie Mathis, I went to school with. He's like, nah, I don't know her. He goes, she must be part of that Mathis Airport branch.
Oh. Nice.
And I thought that kind of told me everything I needed to know about the Forsyth County founding families, and first off, how widespread they are. That there are branches.
Yeah. Well, that's not interesting because that's on the other side of 400 too. So yeah, maybe there was like a split somewhere.
Yeah. But the Tolberts, I went to school with Tolberts as well, and I think there's quite a few of them around Forsyth County. So is the guy related? I'm sure that there is a connection. Is it a very close connection? Who knows? But we can ask him.
Okay.
But Scott Tolbert, so he's a member of Inner Light Paranormal, and I think he told me there were 8 or 9 people that were a member of this group, and he personally has done over 1,200 haunting investigations. And he focuses on this area. He's from Cumming. He lives here. He has a local business here. Not the ghost hunting business. He has like a non-paranormal business that is for profit. But he has extensive experience in the field. I told him about the building. He's familiar with the building because as you know, there's some history in that area, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you some of the creepy coincidences of it. Is that I called him up on the phone. We were talking for half an hour, the first time that I spoke with him about this. And he says to me, he's like, what's crazy? He's like, I am familiar with that area. And he's like, I've been wanting to get out there for a while and check that building out. He was like, I was actually in the process of doing a little bit of research to understand who owned it and, whether or not it's a leased building or an owned building so I could reach out to the property owner. He's like, and then you call me and present this opportunity to go out there and check it out. So it's kismet, man.
All right. So did you already talk to Todd?
I did. Todd is in.
So what's the date?
October 24th.
Oh, okay.
October 24th. It's a Friday.
It's a lot of Halloween parties that weekend.
Yeah. So it's going to be October 24th, 6 p.m. at Platinum Property. So Scott is going to show up. He's got 2 additional members of his paranormal investigation crew. And
they're going to let us record and all that? Okay.
Yeah, I actually bought I don't know if I'd call it a professional, but a high-end amateur camera that has legitimate night shot. This is the same camera they use in the ghost hunting TV shows out there. So I've got a camera I'm going to bring with me. We'll bring the recording equipment, and we're going to do a paranormal investigation on the 24th. And we're going to figure out what's going on.
So who's in right now? The 3 of the paranormal team, you, Todd?
Yeah. Todd is going to be there 100%. Well, I'm coming back to you. Todd is he said there's a couple people from his group that are interested. So there's going to be a couple people from Platinum Property. This is your show, Andres. You are of course invited, but with your schedule, it's up to you. Can you make the 24th at 6 p.m.?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right. So we're going to put these rumors to rest.
Yeah,
We're going
I'll
to
be
find
there.
out
Come
what's
on.
exactly is happening in Platinum Property.
All right.
So this guy has a TikTok too.
Are you actually going to release the episode?
Yes.
Because you don't like the soundbite episodes. We did that with tennis. We did the combine. People are wondering.
Yes, I do need to go back. I need to find a way to cogently edit together both the tennis and the combine episode. It's tough when there is no thread to work through. It's just a lot of little sound bites, and in many ways, to be honest with you, they're better as just sound bites that we can add to the soundboard as opposed to trying to tie a narrative into it. But I'll figure that out. But because your suggestion is valid, I'm aware that a 6-hour paranormal investigation that with presumably a lot of quiet moments, and it could be disastrous from a podcast perspective. Who the hell wants to listen to 6 hours of dead air? So I'm already starting to think about how we're going to put this together so that it is in a reasonable time format and we get to the highlights of it. But yeah, there's going to be some video, some audio, and we're going to find out what's going on.
What would you like to see at the seance or whatever you want to call it?
So it won't be a seance. Scott's been very clear about that he does not do anything that could invite. He's dead serious about this too.
No.
He won't use Ouija boards. He won't try to
No, what you said though, that won't invite what?
Like negative energy, essentially.
Seance is negative energy? I thought seance was just calling people forward.
I think the idea behind the seances, and again, these are all going to be good questions for Scott Tolbert, who presumably will have a lot more expertise than we do in this. But I've always read in my amateur Googling that seances are effectively opening a door to anybody. You might be asking for, Joe Smith and you get Beelzebub.
Oh, okay.
The
I just
fourth.
thought a seance was trying to talk to the dead. I guess, yes, it could be anyone, but I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's just a
So
door.
what it'll be like?
Well, they're going to come with a host of equipment. So they're going to bring EMF readers. They're bringing spirit boxes, which are effectively radios that can just continuously play static and they can change frequencies. And the intent there is to try to capture, an otherworldly voice on the spirit box. They're bringing infrared so they can look for hot and cold spots within the building. I've got an infrared camera too, as well. Actually, I used it for detecting water leaks, but this will be a lot more fun than detecting water leaks.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll bring the infrared. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what other equipment they're going to bring, but we'll be there. He said that we will be involved.
I was just thinking, if I see blood down the walls, then I'm running.
No, you can't run.
No, if I see blood coming down the walls, I'm running.
No, that's not acceptable.
I don't care. That would be next. That would be not even next level, like 3 levels.
Andres, if you're in it, man. If we see blood running down the walls, well, we got a problem to solve, but we can solve it.
We can solve it in the morning. Not at 10 p.m.
But my expectation, I think we're gonna hear things. I doubt we're gonna see anything.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna hear things.
but Tom, he would say he would hear the pitter patter of even pets
And smells.
Yeah, it should be interesting. That'll be a good time.
Yeah, I think Todd's a little torn on this. And when I say torn on it, he's definitely in for doing it. But yeah, he's had enough weird experiences to think that something's abnormal about that building. But the vibe I get from Todd is that he's not this is absolutely ghost and there are spirits in this place. So we'll see what comes of it. But yeah, my full expectation is we're going to see and hear things. And to be fair, I think if you went into almost any 100-plus-year-old building and sat there in the quiet at night, you're going to hear shit.
Yeah.
Right? I think that kind of comes with the territory of being an old building. But yeah, Scott said he's going to help us debunk anything and come up with the true distilled truth about 212 Kelly Mill Road.
Okay, maybe like in 10 years it'll be a Hollywood script. 212 Kelly Mill Road.
Could be.
That sounds spooky when you say it like that.
Yeah, it does. That's a good movie title, right?
Yeah.
Especially if blood runs down the walls and we all die, then it would be a good Hollywood script.
Yeah.
Yeah. We won't see the movie. Well, we may actually, if Scott comes and summons us.
Yeah.
To watch it. So you're in then.
Oh yeah.
October 24th, 6 p.m.
So Todd's got 3 of his team, more or less, and then
3
Scott.
from the paranormal group.
Just the 2 of us, or you want to bring anybody else?
No, just the 2 of us.
Okay.
Yeah, we're the most professional.
Yeah.
All right. So other than contacting the dead, and seeing blood running down your walls, you can always use Platinum Property to take care of your rental properties for you. They've got a lot of experience in the Georgia area, hundreds and hundreds of properties that they manage, and that's Todd and Phil Early are taking care of that. And then we mentioned it last week in the episode too, but events at West Maple, banging property, absolutely fantastic. You can do an outdoor get together. They've got a whole reception hall if you want to have a large event. They got great outdoor space. They got TVs. They got a bar area. It's just set up for any event that you want to run. Events at West Maple, which is at westmaplestreet.com. You can check that out as well. So that's Todd Early over there at Platinum Property. Todd, looking forward to seeing you at the end of the month here. It's going to be spooky. As I told you on the phone, make sure you wear your ghost hunting pants. And then
The Bills flying high for Todd, 4-0.
they are, yeah. They got a shot, man. They're going to be all right, especially with the Ravens seeming to stumble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pulling for the Bills, but can I be objective?
I hope you're always objective.
They don't have the receiving core to take them all the way. They don't have enough big play dudes that'll. You always need one big play dude when you need that big play.
You don't think that's Diggs?
He plays for the Patriots.
Did he play for the Bills last
He
year?
used to play like 3 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah,
Who's their star receiver then?
exactly. That's my point.
They got to have somebody.
No, Keon Coleman. He'd be a third stringer in LA or something.
Well,
Not third stringer, but like third option.
maybe I will send a tweet to the Bills head office and see if they are interested in Jamar Chase. Because
Oh, they would win the Super Bowl if that happened.
things are not going very well for me
No.
with that pick.
Yeah.
This guy, Jake Browning, he's the worst quarterback I've ever seen.
I feel like it's not even his fault. Their
No,
O-line is so bad.
The O-line's not good.
They
You're
showed,
right.
what was it, the Monday night game? They had 9 first downs, 11 penalties. And an NFL team has more penalties than first down. That's terrible. That's bad coaching. That has nothing to do with that backup.
I wouldn't say it has nothing to do with it.
Nothing, but like it's not his fault that they're that bad.
He's an active contributor to the problem. I'll put it that way. I watched the game. I was very invested in the game. The O-line is bad. There's no doubt about it. Undisciplined, the penalties. Browning's not getting a lot of time in the pocket. But I mean, there are always a myriad of quarterbacks who don't get time in the pocket and still make things happen. You know, I'm about to say Lamar Jackson here, and I know the Ravens are stumbling a little bit. But a good quarterback can make decisions quickly and do something. Browning can't do anything, man. He's not getting the ball out. He's not getting it downfield. He's a disaster. They need somebody else. And if you're not, especially if you have a bad O-line, you need a quarterback who can scramble a little bit. I'm not saying you need a Vic that can run for 50-yard scrambles, but somebody who can just create a little bit of space and time. They need somebody else in there. I actually think Russell Wilson would be all right.
Oh no, he's washed up.
He's not great,
Yeah.
but
No.
he can scramble a little.
I
bit.
actually liked your other suggestion, Jameis.
Jameis Winston.
He just slings it.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, you come in, let me just chuck it. Russell, his arm is done. I don't think he's got a cannon anymore.
I saw somebody on Twitter talking about Jameis Winston. I wasn't an original idea there.
Okay.
But I agree Jameis would be good. They're like, Jameis Winston, from a fantasy perspective, 3 TDs and 4 interceptions every week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's positive territory.
Right? That's fine with me. I'm not going to play Jameis Winston, so I don't care how many interceptions he throws. As long as he's slinging it downfield and giving Jamar a chase, that's all I ask for.
Actually, we're getting too excited about fantasy football. Let's backtrack to Foxy Vacations, and then we'll dive in.
All right. Take us away on Foxy Vacations, our friend Kevin Fox.
Yeah, so Kevin came on the show about 4 episodes ago, and he's got a lot of properties down the Gulf Coast. Check him out at foxyvacation.com, and his Instagram is pretty entertaining. What is it? Foxy Vacation CEO. He's got the
Farm it or
8
flip
episode. Yeah, the series.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of properties, and then I forgot what it's called, Bama, Florida. The one on the line,
Yeah, the Floribama house.
Florida, Bama.
Misdemeanor Manor.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kevin, I mean, I've known him for a long time. He's a good dude. And yeah, he's just always doing really well down in Pensacola and everything. So give him a shout out. Give Foxy Vacations a shout out. The Facebook is also Foxy Vacations. They were running the promo for fall break for Forsyth County and just in general the metro, but they might have some more stuff going on for Christmas and Thanksgiving. So we'll check with him. He'll let us know, and then if there's any more discount codes, we'll definitely throw it up next time.
Yeah. And he does have a new episode of Farm It or Flip It out. And it's appropriately titled. I don't know if you caught the episode last week. He has 2 episode 8s.
Yeah.
And he still does. He's not renamed one of them.
That means he didn't listen to the pod.
Yeah, I guess not. But now he has an episode 9. So he's at least mitigated the problem. There's not a third episode 8. But there are still 2 episode 8s and an episode 9 of Farm It or Flip It. And it's a good property, too. He gave it an 8.9 on the whatever meter that is. I'm not really sure what the scoring standard is, but it was an 8.9, and he's definitely going to flip it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's building 7 houses. He bought like a huge lot near, or I guess somewhere in central Pensacola, West Main Street, I think it is. I guess the ritzy area.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to put 7 houses on there, and he's going to do it. He's going to flip it.
Yeah. I mean, another thing about Kevin is that when he does his analysis, he's really good about, is it worth it? Because he was talking about, you have to run the sewage, you have to run the pavement. Like, he knows what's good for that area. Like, I felt like he broke it down pretty well when we talked to him.
He does. I think he's done this long enough that he's got a kind of an intuitive feel for whether or not a property is going to be a hit. And he's ballparking. I'm sure he goes back and does like the fine-tooth estimate later, but on those shows he's ballparking. I bet he's pretty damn accurate. He definitely seems to know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So check it out. Andres is right. We'll hit up Kevin, and we'll find out if there are any additional codes coming up for some fall and winter travel. All right, that's Foxy Vacations. Let's jump into it. We've got a slate of local news stories, and I have a top story that I want to discuss with you, Andres, because I have some doubts about the integrity of Forsyth County news. But we'll get there.
You want to talk local? Or you want to talk about the league?
Let's talk about local news first. We'll tie the episode off with league chat. But this first story is a little bit league because it affects most of the members of the league, in addition to our neighborhood, in addition to local stories. Get Trashed, our beloved Get Trashed, Marcus. They're going out of business, apparently.
Yeah.
They say they're retiring in the letter that they sent out to everybody, but I'm going to be cynical. I don't know that they're like actually retiring and moving to one of Kevin Fox's properties in Pensacola. I have a feeling that the trash business was not as profitable as they needed it to be. That's my guess.
Oh, okay. I have no.
I'm making the guess purely.
I felt like they were making good money because it was such a bare bones operation. But maybe because of that, the work was just too heavy, and then they were like, "We're done with this. So let me sell the routes." That's what I was thinking. Yeah. It was more that they got worn down, not that they weren't profitable.
My guess is they were just like, to hell with this. There are easier ways to make money than to go down this path. So yeah, to your point, they'll sell the routes over to Legacy. So we're all Legacy customers now, or I am anyway. Were you also Get Trashed?
Yep.
So, did Legacy pick up your trash the other day?
Yeah, they picked that up October 1st, like they said in the letter.
All right. Well, I guess that's a good start.
Yep.
Do you think that there's like any possibility of Sopranos-esque like intimidation happening here, and maybe Get Trash really did want to continue, but Legacy was, leaning on him hard, Italian style? What's the owner of Legacy Trash? Is it an Italian last name?
Oh, I don't know.
Should look that up. That could be an investigative story.
But for the mafia stuff, isn't that more to get rid of bodies? Isn't that really to actually run the trash business?
No, I think from my limited knowledge about the mafia, I think there's a number of useful purposes. Sure, you can get rid of bodies, but it's a service where you can hide fees. Like there's one episode with Richie, right?
Like money laundering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like, whatever.
But it's not to actually run a trash business. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think that they do run the trash. I think they do pick up the trash and take it away from you. It legitimately happens, but I think that they're just they're using it to launder money, right?
Yeah.
I think it's advantageous that way. Same way that the cash businesses, Tony mentions in the show, that having cash businesses is useful because you can declare whatever the hell you want or not declare what you don't want to declare in there, right? And it's cash. Nobody knows.
Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I did. Breaking Bad was fantastic.
They washed a lot of money at that car wash.
They did. Yeah.
That was good.
The later seasons of Breaking Bad got to the point where they were kind of stretching belief a little bit. Walt had $150 million in the storage.
Was it that much?
It was some. Maybe
Oh,
it was.
that's insane. Yeah.
Maybe it was 80 million. Now that I'm thinking
But
about
still.
it, it was still like an absolute absurd amount of money
Okay.
that Walt had there. Yeah, Breaking Bad was a great show. I never watched any of the spinoffs. I haven't seen Better Call Saul. I haven't seen that El Camino movie. I think there was even a third one that was in the Breaking Bad universe that the name is escaping me. Did you watch the other pieces to it?
I started watching Better Call Saul. It was pretty good, but I stopped. I got to come back to it. It was the writing on that show was really good.
Have you ever like wondered how you would launder money?
No, never.
No, that's never even occurred to you.
I would just stuff it in the mattress and spend it very seldomly every 30 weeks or something. I've thought about it, but not actually how to run money.
All right. Well, good luck to Legacy Trash.
Did you call them yet?
I don't know. Natalie would have dealt with
that's
it.
right.
Yeah. So no, I certainly have not called them. I don't even know when Trash Day is, Andre. So that's why I'm wondering if they picked up.
Yeah, they picked up on Wednesday.
Okay. So it's
Right.
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
All right.
Got to call them, set up auto pay.
I like John T. You mentioned in the chat that he just leaves, or at least with Get Trashed, he just left a check on top of the trash can.
I thought he said he mailed it.
He said he just left it on the trash can. I guess they just,
Yeah, he's not getting that money back.
No, I think that one's a lost cause. I wish Legacy well. I guess more than that, I wish Marcus and the Get Trash crew well. You guys were legitimately amazing while you were servicing us for, I mean, what? I guess that was only about a year or so.
I think two.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah.
They're doing it.
And the Diramacas were involved.
Yeah. Lisa Diramacca.
That's an Italian name. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. It's all starting to come together now. We wish the Get Trashed crew happiness in your retirement, whatever that looks like. And hopefully Legacy doesn't suck ass because...
Well, there were some good reviews on the Facebook page for the neighborhood.
Yeah, our neighbor uses them. She says it's great.
Yeah. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, I'm optimistic. I will say Get Trash was the first trash company I had where I'm like, I actually like these guys.
Yeah.
They're
I
reliable.
completely agree.
And I have no issues with them. So hopefully Legacy continues down that path.
Yeah.
You know, the weird thing is every trash company, and I do mean every trash company I had prior to Get Trashed, the price would change for me. Like I would pay $20 one month and then just randomly the next month it would be like 22 with no change. And sometimes it would go back down. It wasn't even like it always kept increasing.
Yeah.
You know, the month after that, it might go back to 20. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, it's such a small amount of money that I'm like, I can't be bothered to call and even inquire about this. And sometimes I wonder if that's it, if that's the strategy, if they just bank on people not wanting to invest, you know, an hour of their day trying to get $2 back. Crazy. In other local news, though, actually, I thought this story was kind of cool. So I was combing through Forsyth County News trying to find some stories. Pinecrest Academy was one of 3 schools in the nation, and they were selected to have an ad hoc radio like communication session with Colonel, what was his name here? Colonel Mike Finke.
That's awesome.
On the International Space Station. So they had a whole YouTube video about this. I didn't, it was, you know, almost an hour long, so I didn't get a chance to watch the entire thing. But they had this amateur radio, I think it was an amateur ham radio club. ARIS is the name of it. Amateur Radio on International Space Station. And what these guys do is they set up the link so that you can communicate with the International Space Station. So Pinecrest was one of 3 schools that were chosen to have a scheduled session with Colonel Mike Finke from the International Space Station. So they set it up, and they had 20 students got a chance to talk to the astronaut while he was, 250 miles above the Earth in orbit on the ISS. So it was pretty cool. I wonder how they selected those 20 students.
Yeah, that's like a fire rapid round too. 7 minutes, 20 questions.
Yeah, it was. That was the kind of the crappy part of the video was the first 45 minutes of it were like build up, and it's the principal talking about bullshit, frankly, trying to buy time until they've got the link set up on there. And then, they were rushing through the questions from the kids. At the same time, some of the questions from the kids were like, hey, what's your favorite food in space? So, who cares? I want to know about the aliens. I want to know what Colonel Mike Finke has been seeing outside his window at the International Space Station. That would have been my question. Have you seen UFOs? Have you seen aliens? And I guarantee you I would not have been one of the 20 pre-selected students.
I agree with you. I don't think you would have been.
No. I was well known in high school. They wouldn't have selected me. Did I ever tell you about the time that I was selected to do a special test at school?
No.
So I need to do some research to find out what the name of this test was. But there's some sort of test, at least this was happening 25 years ago, that the standards must have been like, hey, for your lesser performing students, we're going to give them some sort of metric standardized exam. And I can only assume the schools got some sort of funding based off of this. And the reason I'm making all of these assumptions is that I got pulled out of class one day and they're like, hey, John, we need you to do like this standardized test. And they told me what it was. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, like basically you're going to be sitting in the cafeteria on Friday morning and you can leave school early, like after the test is done. And I'm like, done. Like, you sold me. And I go in there on Friday morning and I look around and it's like all the bad kids, right? It's like, I know all these kids. I'm like, this is weird. This is, all the people that I'm consistently getting into trouble at school with. And they had ordered pizza for lunch. They had breakfast that morning. They were treating us like royalty that day. And I have to, like I said, I have to assume that there was some sort of funding tied to this. And the students were chosen based on their performance in the school. So it was an interesting kind of turnaround because we were like the dregs of the school, but they were treating us super nicely all day and they let us go early. But I still Christmas treat that test. I didn't even try. I just...
So you never found out what it was for?
No, they never told us what happened after that. I'll do some ChatGPT research.
Okay.
I wonder if it's still happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the one time the administration was nice to me in high school. I have lots of high school stories. Many of them I can't tell yet. Well, my kids are still in school.
I really liked my high school, but I don't really have any stories. It was just like, it was a great time. Nothing sticks out. Maybe that's a good thing.
You were a good kid though.
I was a good kid and I had a lot of friends, but I'm saying like, yeah, nothing other than maybe a couple of homecomings and prom. I just went to school and I did my thing.
Yeah. No good homecoming or prom stories? No hotel parties?
Yeah, maybe senior prom was pretty good, but
do we also have to table these conversations until Austin and Everett are graduated, no longer at risk of listening to their father's high school glory stories?
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. We'll table them. We'll table them.
All right. To be continued in like 2029.
Yeah.
Pinecrest, one of 3 schools across the country that was selected for this. So pretty cool. Yeah, got a chance to speak with an astronaut live at the International Space Station. Speaking further about Forsyth County schools, apparently we're pretty good here. We're nailing it on the SATs. Our county, so the Forsyth County school system, averaged out as number 2 in the state. So we're the second highest performing county in the state. But then further to that, Alliance Academy was number 2 just out of every school in Georgia. So they had the second highest SAT scores, mean SAT scores in the entire state of Georgia. The number 1 school was some like Technology Academy in Duluth, I think it was. I don't know. I don't even remember what the school was, but Alliance was number 2.
Nice.
And if you want the rest of the rankings in Forsyth County, Lambert was number 8, South was number 9, Denmark was 15, Central was 31st in the state. So we are the, I guess, the 5th worst performing school in Forsyth County. But then luckily, doing worse than Central is West over there at 41st in the state. East, proven totally correct, bunch of deadbeats over there at East Forsyth. They are 73. But then North rounds it off. They are the least highly performing SAT school in the county. They are the 75th highest performing school in Georgia.
What do you think about standardized tests? I feel like you don't believe in them.
No, I believe in them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I believe in them for what...
I believe in them too, but just some people like say it doesn't measure this or somebody wasn't ready this day, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I believe it. It's like you can't you got to perform. It is what it is.
Well, I guess I feel the same way. It is what it is. I mean, I absolutely believe you can have smart people that do bomb standardized tests. But like you said, what the hell else are you going to do? If you need some sort of just like pre-agreed upon metric for determining roughly, the statistical measurement of whatever it is, what are you going to do other than a standardized test?
Yeah. No, I agree. I felt like you were you were on the outside.
My rogue opinion on this is about college. I think college is a complete waste of time these days. Unless you're going for very specific purposes.
Yeah.
You want to go be a medical doctor? Yeah, you got to go to college, right?
Yeah.
You want to be an engineer at college. That makes a lot of sense. You want to be an architect. Basically anywhere where these licensed certifications for what you're doing, I can see value in that, but I don't anymore see the value in going to college as a generalist, especially if you're going to come out of it with, $60, $70, $100,000 worth of school debt. I think that's a terrible idea these days. All right. Anyway, for Forsyth County Schools, you guys are nailing it in the SATs. Good job, Forsyth County students, especially those of you going to Alliance Academy, number 2 in the state. I know one of the kids in the neighborhood goes to Alliance Academy, buddies with Austin and Alex. So we're sending our kids to some good schools, at least, Andres. That's good to know. I am happy about Forsyth County Schools. I mean, it's a good place. And I like to see Central above West. I know there's a big Central-West rivalry. So they got their asses beat on a football field.
West has better athletics.
Yeah. And now Central can brag that they've got better intellectual statistics there. Good job, Central. You're still trailing Denmark, South, and Lambert, but you can do it. I don't think anybody's going to catch up with Alliance Academy. Must have some special kids over there.
Well, that's a special school.
Yeah, how do you get into Alliance Academy?
I think you apply for it if you want to do a specific track or you have certain grades. So, yeah, if they're not up there, that would be disappointing. So,
do you pay for it, though? Is it a private school?
No, I think it's just I think it's between a charter and a regular school.
Okay.
So, you can go there, you drive kids and all that, but I think it's fully funded. Gotcha.
So if you get accepted to it, but by whatever the standards are, you're not paying to go there. Your taxes are covering that.
I'm 95% sure.
Okay. Interesting.
There might be some extra fees because of it, but I'm pretty sure it's covered. It's like you go to school there.
Yeah. They never had anything like that when I was going to school.
Yeah.
I mean, there was only the
trouble school.
There was the trouble school.
That was really popular back in North Fulton back in the day.
Yeah, you had some too?
Yeah, there was one I forgot what it was called. It was called Independence.
Independence. Ours was called Crossroads.
Okay.
Yeah, they renamed it. It's still there, but now it's called Gateway. I think is what they've renamed it to. But back in my day, it was Crossroads. In lighter news, the fair is back.
Yeah.
Have you gone or are you going?
I have not, but I do want to. I actually like the fair.
Do you?
I like the gondola or whatever it's called. The gondola. No, the gondola is the little boat, right?
I think I know what you're talking about. The ski lift is what I would refer to it as.
I like that. And then you go
lift.
Yeah. And then there's that one animal that they the scariest rat in the world. Have you seen this?
No, I have not seen this.
It's like swamp creature. Well, you got to pay $1 for it. And then we're 8 years ago, I was like, what is this? I paid $1. And you go up there, it's just this fat rat, river thing, just sleeping. And it's and the picture is from the swamp creature from the movie. And I was like, this is so great. That's great marketing. That is great salesmanship.
Yeah, even with you telling me the reveal at the end, I kind of want to go see the swamp rat now at this point.
It's just sleeping. It's just sleeping there. It's
I want to support the shamelessness and ingenuity of the people that are marketing this event. I like it. I'm in full support. When are you going to go?
Well, so what? This is probably the most I've been not in touch. When is it?
It started last Thursday.
Till next Sunday? It's usually we're gonna have, right?
It's till the 10th. Or no, it's to the 12th. I put it in the notes here. So whenever October 12th
is. So next Sunday. So I don't know. I'll try to squeeze it in.
I haven't gone to the fair in the last several years.
Well, because you're a misanthrope.
Yeah, it is. I used to go I do enjoy the fair. I enjoy fair-like things. And, back in high school when we would go to this thing, you would go to the country fair, there'd be nobody there, man. Not nobody there. There was enough people that it was fun, but there was no waits for any lines. The food, your $16 bucket of French fries now or whatever it was, those were just normal portions of fries and they were $2. It was awesome, man. It was everything was cheap. You could get a bunch of tickets for $5. There was no waiting for any lines. There was one night, you'll have to ask Natalie about it. I spent probably $20 because there was one of those Jacob's ladder things where you're trying to climb the ladder that turns. And I was absolutely going to make it happen. I'm like, I'm not leaving this fair until I climb this ladder. Spoiler, I did not ever climb that ladder. But I spent $20 and I was there for 3 hours just climbing the ladder over and over and over again.
Wow.
Because there was like nobody in line. You know, you weren't waiting for anything.
Wait. What's the gimmick with the Jacob's ladder?
You mean the gimmick and how you climb it?
Well, you said you were going to get to the top.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially a horizontal ladder, right?
Right, but for the fair, like, what's the angle?
Well, I guess if you get to the top, you win whatever bullshit stuffed animal, right?
But how come you didn't do it?
Because I wasn't capable of doing it. I didn't have the dexterity to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
I thought
Did you say you did it for 3 hours?
Yeah, I just trying it over and over and over again.
Okay.
Natalie ended up leaving.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to get to. Like, you just did it for 3 hours?
Yes. Just climbing this ladder over and over and over and failing over and over and over. I was determined. It just became a personal mission that I was going to defeat the Carney game, which I didn't. You know, never did succeed. And, you know, now later in life, I'm tempted to buy one and put it in the backyard just so I can, you know, check it off my list of accomplishments. I actually thought it was like a trick ladder, right? And I said to the ride attendant or whatever, the Carney lady there, and she was a little 90-pound, you know, methed out carnival operator. And I'm like, this thing is bullshit, man. Nobody can climb this. And Natalie was there for this. You can ask her. She's like, yeah, you can. She just hops on it, man, like a spider monkey. And she just shimmies up to the top.
No way.
Yeah, and taps the top of it. She's like, you can climb it. You just got to know how to do it.
Wow.
And I tried to like mimic what she was doing. All she was doing was spreading her weight out over the ladder. And I don't know, she really was like 90 pounds. I mean, I probably had 100 pounds on her. So I don't know if being heavier is a disadvantage in that situation because you have more weight that can kind of swing to one side. But yeah, it was definitely possible. She did it like no problem at all.
Wow.
But yeah, I spent 3 hours, failed, and never did complete that.
Okay. But yeah, the fair's back. Yeah, hopefully I'll try to make it one day.
So our old mainstays, the chainsaw guy that cuts the logs with the chainsaw into animal art and sculptures. You've seen him, right?
No.
Really?
He's at the fair?
Yeah, he's at the fair every year. He's kind of one of the bigger attractions of the fair.
And who's Jay Mattioli?
This guy I did not know, but he is a master illusionist. So these were some of the headliners they have at the fair. And just for the listeners, chainsaw guy, who Andres does not know, but I bet our listeners will. Brian Ruth, this guy, he will, in real time, he'll create like a chainsaw sculpture for you.
Wow.
Things like bears or birds or houses or whatever. And it really is legitimately impressive. He's got a whole setup. He's got, 5 or 6 different chainsaws of varying sizes and powers. And he'll just carve this thing up right in front of your eyes. And you can watch it. It's mesmerizing. I've sat down and watched it for quite a while before. And the pieces that come out of it are gorgeous. And then he sells them right there.
Yeah.
And that they're snapped up. I mean, people buy them instantly. So he's pretty cool, actually. I like Brian Ruth, the chainsaw guy. But Jay Mattioli, it said in the article, is a new appearance. This is his first time at the fair, and he is some sort of magician, master illusionist. So he must have a magic show that he's putting people through. No idea, because I've never seen it. I do like magic shows, though. I've seen some cool ones. We saw Chris Angel in Vegas back when he was headlining a show out there. I've seen a couple of other people. Oscar the Robot, whatever the hell that is. This is apparently a returning headliner, Oscar the Robot, but he doesn't ring any bells for me. I also have not been to the fair in probably 5 years. I was going to ask you if you knew who Oscar the Robot was. Do you go every year?
No. I would like to, but I don't.
And then
I'm a sucker for good old times. So, but I haven't been in a while.
And House of Forsyth is back.
What is that? Forsyths.
So it's a haunted house, and you get to play in the name, right? Forsyth.
Yep.
Forsyth.
I got it.
Do you get it? It's kind of, it's kind of tricky. So yeah, it's a haunted house. Now I say I haven't been to the fair in multiple years. I actually did go to House of Forsyths. I can't even say it. House of Forsyths last year. I went with Elizabeth.
Oh, so it's not that scary.
I mean, it's a legit haunted house. It's not like dumbed down for kids.
You took Elizabeth?
Yeah, Liz is a badass. She's not scared of that stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I will say, first off, she did it. She was a trooper. When we were standing, near the entrance and you could hear the people screaming and like freaking out inside, she got a little nervous. And I think she was thinking about backing out, but she didn't.
Okay.
She went through it. And then I even took Liz to 2 more haunted houses when we were on fall break because we went down to...
Oh, Orlando, right?
Yeah, went down to Orlando. So we did Universal. They had like their Halloween nights thing.
Yeah.
So they had a 5 Nights at Freddy's themed haunted house, which was actually pretty badass. I don't know if you know anything about 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, yeah. It was a fad about a year and a half ago.
So Universal recreated like the whole restaurant
Okay.
as the haunted house, and you walk through it, you see all the animatronics, you go through the kitchen and the arcade and all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty cool haunted house. All right, we're moving on to restaurants, Andres, our favorite section. You'll hear when you listen to the ending part of the podcast where I do the second half of the punk song, there's a reference to the failing restaurant reviews. I put that in the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll hear that on Closeout. This one I was sad about because I like this place personally. Baba's. You ever been to Baba's on Ronald Reagan?
Oh, then adjacent to the Exxon?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Greek place that's like attached to the gas station.
Yeah.
They got a 42.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
I never got a bad vibe from them.
Yeah. I didn't get a bad bite either, but when you're making food next to petroleum, it's not going to surprise me.
That's a fair point. It's not the most inviting of locations, but they got a 42. Our favorite ding, the person in charge did not perform active managerial control.
Tim,
Yeah, Tim, get in on
come
this.
on, man.
They had improper hand washing and gloving techniques. I can only assume that basically means that you weren't wearing gloves when you were supposed to and not washing your hands in between touching various different things. The water in the bathroom is below required minimum of 85 degrees. I didn't know that was a thing. Seems like an odd number. It's not like 85 degrees is warm enough to disinfect anything, right? If anything, I would argue that 85 degrees is warm enough that it could actually promote bacteria growth.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody much smarter than me has thought about this and probably has a good reason for why the water in the bathroom has to be 85 degrees. But I'm going to say anecdotally, having washed my hands in many restaurants in Forsyth County, half the places in Forsyth County are going to fail this. I don't feel like most water's 85 degrees. On the serious side, they have improper storing procedures of frozen meats, and their cold foods were measured above the required maximum temperature of 41 degrees. That one I'm fully in favor of.
Okay. Yeah, that one's bad.
That's where you get some risk on there. So Baba's will be retested. They had not been retested at the time of press. So I don't know what's going to happen next, but they're kind of a cold favorite. If you don't like them, I can promise you many, many people in the area do.
No, I think they're good. I mean, if you have good gyros, if you know a good gyro when you see one.
Yeah.
They're okay gyros, but the fact that there's no gyros around here, yeah, it's a good place.
You know what I'm waiting for, man? You know what show's going to be? It's going to break all listening records. The day Los Rios fails their health inspection. That's going to be pandemonium.
The main location or the city center?
I think either one would probably trigger a mass panic in the county, but especially the main restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In the neighborhood, even.
Yeah.
There'd be people crying, but maybe Los Rios is on top of things. We'll have to go back and pull their scores. In other restaurant news, the Bagel Hole's opening up a third restaurant. I put this in there to dig at you, Matt Frankel. BB's Bagels has been here for like 25 years. They have one restaurant that burned down, and they didn't even have insurance on it because of their own ineptitude. They reopened in the middle of an office park, and then instead of burning it down, they flooded it on their second day of operation. And they're talking shit about the Bagel Hole, who's just quietly stacking stores over here.
So in the last episode, You said the bagel hole was trying to help out BBs,
That's what I read. Yeah.
and BBs crapped on them.
So
That was messed up.
I will be fair to BB's that I don't think it was. I actually don't know if it's an employee or not. There's some weird sycophant on the BB's Bagels Facebook page that's just constantly posting hype stuff for him. And he was trashing the bagel hole. And in that comment thread, there were many people that were like, hey, when you guys burned down, the bagel hole was like donating money and helping you guys out. And now you're trashing them now that you're back in business. So I agree with you. It is messed up.
I'm sure it's a burner account for the owner of BB's.
Yeah. Yeah. Off the record, even though I'm going to leave this in the podcast, I mentioned it in the podcast. I reached out to people on Reddit that were talking about the place. It seems like these owners have had a history of sketchy behavior with
like the money laundering. I mean, that would be an easy way.
Yeah. It would be.
I mean, you try to clear $1 million. Let me set up a GoFundMe. Then all this million is easy. Let me clear this.
So anyway, bagel hole. Your wife turned us on to that one. They've got their restaurant down past Pinecrest, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, off of 141. They're opening up a new one off Bethany Bend at Milton. And now this news story was about a third one that's going to open in the end of the year in Dawsonville. It's a franchise too. It's not being opened by the original owner of the Bagel Hole. He is selling a franchise license.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to a super fan who's going to open their own Bagel Hole in
Nice.
Dawsonville. So good for that. I'm happy to see them growing. I may go to Bagel Hole tomorrow.
Did you know? Staying with local though. Did you know Freedom Brewery is went out of business?
I did see that.
That's a big story, local story.
My goodness, how did I not have that local story?
And like
there?
they've expanded over the last couple of years. They started with the brewery, but then they had like the kids center, like the little play area, the axe throwing, and then they moved the brewery to the back. It was like a huge space.
Yeah.
And then they're going out of business.
I saw there were a couple of Facebook threads about that with some shade being thrown about why they were shutting down. I'm surprised. I thought that place was a hit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought so too. That's because they kept expanding. Like they had a lot of traffic there.
That's concerning. I mean, if a place like that can't stay in business in Forsyth County, I don't think it bodes well for any other small business owners. But maybe there's more to the story there, right? Did they get leveraged trying to expand that place too quickly?
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because there were a few different things there. I mean, they had gotten into the comedy. They had expanded the brewery.
That's right. They had a separate little area for like bands and comedy shows. Yeah.
There was a Bible store, I think, or maybe a Christian bookstore.
Yeah. Yeah. They had it all.
Yeah. So maybe they just.
Yeah. Like you say, they got over leveraged.
Yeah. I believe it or not, have never been to Freedom Mill.
Yeah. I've been there a few times. It's cool.
I guess I never will go. There's another one I've been meaning to go to, that Hall and Hound Brewery.
Yeah, I've been there a couple. Oh, actually, no, I think we've been there once. It's cool.
That was
the old Cuckoo's Nest.
I was going to say, have you been there when it was Cuckoo's Nest? Cuckoo's Nest was a fun time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't last. Only because every time I went to Cuckoo's Nest, it was slammed.
That's what I heard, that it was overflowing.
Yeah. It was like
I've never been there, but that's the old tall tale I used to hear. Like every Saturday, the only place in coming, so it was always like out the door. It was just packed.
It was a nightclub, and you've been in there at Hall and Hound. That's massive too, right?
Yeah,
like it's a huge restaurant.
The two stories, yeah.
And every Friday and every Saturday, it was packed to the rafters, man. Like they had doormen sometimes, like bouncing people out, letting people in. You would wait 20 minutes to get a drink at the bar, sort of thing. It was fun though.
Yeah,
they let you play beer pong over there. They had flip cup tables. They encouraged the drinking games on the back, which led predictably to some negative consequences there. And I wonder if maybe any of that was related. But from a financial perspective, that place I would have thought was absolutely killing.
Yeah, yeah. It was a gold mine.
There's been some weird things like that in Forsyth County that appear on the surface level to be doing really well, and then they just shut down. All right, for our main story, Andres, this will be a quick one, but it's an important one. I want you to read this closely. All right, there's a rabies watch going on. Forsyth County authorities found a rabid raccoon that was reported on September 26th. Animals found off of Adams Road, which is somewhere off of Chattahoochee Road, so north Forsyth County. You see that rabid raccoon right there?
Yep.
Got a good mental picture of it. This is a screenshot of the actual story. I'm realizing now. Can I blow this up? All right, so you can kind of see it there. Was it September 26, 2025, right?
Well, that red arrow is very pointy to the timestamp too.
Yeah. September 26, 2025. Now,
I think it's mainly the 1:30 p.m. Is that the main clue or no?
no, the main clue is just the date.
Okay.
Look at this next story. March 6th, 2025. Now look at this.
So they just use a stock photo? Yes, it's file photo.
It's the same raccoon, Andres.
I just think it's a file photo.
It's a serial rabid raccoon. Look, this goes back all the way to 2017.
No. I know you don't like their grammar fixing, but this is just a regular picture.
What is the lifespan of the average, especially if you have rabies? How long can these things last?
No.
So an 8-year-old rabid raccoon. He hasn't even left that location. Yes, Andres, I do realize it's a stock photo.
Wait, how did you find this?
Because I pulled up the story and I'm like, I've seen this raccoon
Oh,
before.
really?
Yes.
That random raccoon
Yes.
was in your memory bank?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was probably in my memory banks from the March story. And I'm like, I know I've seen this raccoon before. So I started pulling it up. And then I searched the Forsyth County News archives. And they've used the same picture of the same raccoon
Wow.
for every rabies story they've had since 2017.
He's got the face paint like JT at the combine.
He does. He's a cute raccoon, actually. I hope this one doesn't really have rabies. Do you think that this story from 2017, that was actually the raccoon? Or do you think this is just bullshit from top to bottom?
I think it's a raccoon at a zoo or something.
You think so? They went on Getty Images and licensed a raccoon, and now they're using it for the same story.
Yep.
But yes, I appreciate you treating me with kid gloves. You're like, John, I think this is a stock photo.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a stock photo. It's a lazy stock.
But I would say it's interesting that they keep talking about rabies.
Yeah, I guess we got a bit of a rabies problem here, especially with raccoons.
Yeah.
So that's Rabies Watch 2025, Andres.
Yeah.
If you see this raccoon, stay away from him. Although he's made it for the last 8 years. So you got to give the guy some credit.
Where's the all right.
That's the woke alarm.
I know,
now.
but now since you didn't have another one,
I'll find another alarm tone so we can keep the woke alarm as is.
okay.
And there'll be a different biohazard alarm for that. But I appreciate you bringing it up. All right. I think we're through local news. I did put a slate of national news stories on here. I know we're running a bit long here. You can pick and choose. We could talk about Matt Sanchez. What the hell happened with that guy? He got stabbed and now he's been arrested? He did something.
Yeah, he did. So, it sounds like a drug deal. If he got arrested, I mean, after you get stabbed, you get arrested or you get charged. Like, come on.
The only thing I would disagree with on a drug deal is I would think Matt Sanchez has people, staffers he could be like.
I was thinking that too. Like, why not get him through other channels? But
right. So this.
But why would you try to? But same thing with like a sex worker. Why go to an alley? You can get a escort. So I don't know. I'm thinking there's a drug deal.
Could be. Maybe it's just a bar fight.
I don't know.
We'll find out more, I'm sure. This dude's going to have to do some sort of public announcement
Yeah.
if he wants to keep his job as an analyst, which I didn't realize he was an analyst. Where's this guy calling games?
I think he calls, he's in the booth for one of the Fox games on Sundays.
Okay. So he's not a national analyst. He does
No,
local markets.
regional, yeah.
Okay. That explains it. Bad Bunny.
Whoa, you skipped the government. Do we even have a government right now?
I skipped the government because every time the government shuts down, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't notice any difference. Although I do have a flight next week, but then I heard the TSA is exempt from the shutdown.
Okay.
Apparently so the deal with the TSA was they legally have to work. They are not getting paid, but they are also contractually guaranteed back pay. So I don't even understand the point of not paying them. If you contractually have to pay them after the government starts back up, what the hell are we doing here? But the government has shut down every year, I think, for the last few years or every other year. I've never really understood what the hell happens when the government shuts down. It seems like the only people not working are the actual politicians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like the mail's still coming, and I get that the mail is a little bit of a separate entity unto itself. But again, then what parts of the government are shutting down?
Or I think it comes in stages. That's why nobody ever feels it. Like first it's like the park rangers, or half of the park rangers, because the parks the parks might close actually, national parks.
I think they do. That was referenced in the story, was that some of the parks were going to be shut down.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I'm sure the military is getting paid. So, but maybe that comes later. I think it's in stages. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so burned out on politics, man. I've saw a couple of comments from both sides on this issue. I don't even understand what they want. I really don't. I don't understand what's holding it up. What needs to get accomplished for them to open the government back up. I'm not sure that I care if they ever do open the government back up. It could be like that movie, The Replacements, with Keanu Reeves. Can we just put in like a whole new slate of politicians?
Third stringers?
Yeah, the third stringers, fire everybody, pick some names out of a hat, a lottery system. We'll get in 100 new senators. How many congressmen do we have?
435.
Well, there's 435 with the senators, right? So that must
No. 100 senators, 435 Congress people.
I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
I think there's
It's 538 electoral votes.
Oh, is it 538 total? Yeah, that makes sense because that's the name of that polling website, right?
Oh, yeah. 538, yeah.
Okay, so then it must be 100.
And then DC gets 3. So, yeah, but they don't get representation in Congress.
Okay. All right, look at you. You know how the government works. So then you tell us with your expertise, what is shut down?
No, that I don't. I mean, I agree with you. I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors right now.
Yeah.
And they always fix it. And like when the treasury's about to run out of money, then they come to an agreement.
That would be a vote. I would love to. I'm sure there's no constitutional process for it. But I have a feeling if you gave America the option right now, they're like, hey, you press this yes button and you're going to get 538 new representatives. It's going to be brand new people who have never been politicians before. I think a majority of the U.S. population would push that button.
Well, yeah. But the thing is, like, people like their local representative. Everybody hates Congress, but they like their local reps. There's been so many studies about that. It's crazy. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene's insane, but Northwest Georgia votes for her 80%.
I do wonder how much of that is the constituency actually liking the person versus just the party. Like, could you drop any Republican in place of Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Oh, sure, yeah.
And could you drop any Democrat in place of AOC and get 80% of the vote?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's just favoritism to the party as opposed to favoritism to the person.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is.
Still, I'm done with all of them, man. I would love for them to all just go away at this point. It's all so exhausting. So yeah, the government's apparently shut down. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I have no idea what it's going to take to open it back up or when it's going to open back up. The TSA is apparently not impacted. That's literally all I care about because I have a flight next week. So beyond that, I really don't give a shit what happens with the government.
Yeah. Well, and the FAA.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you have the people at the towers and the pilots. I mean, it could theoretically keep coming down, but I don't think it'll happen.
If they cancel my flight, it's a 1 week trip to India. I would not be too sad about missing that.
Yeah.
To be totally honest.
What are you doing out there, by the way?
Meetings.
Are you going to go to the Wang dude's house that you told me about?
The guy with the super nice house?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually are. We're going there.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not because I land at 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday and he's doing lunch at noon. So
on the Sunday?
On the Sunday. So that's going to be a little rough. Yeah, government shutdown. Maddie Sanchez getting stabbed for reasons unknown, but we'll find out. Bad Bunny's headlining the Super Bowl. I'll tell you, I don't know who this guy is either. The first time I ever saw him was when Happy Gilmore 2. I'd literally never heard of him before that.
No, he's got some good music. I think it's going to be a good show. I was telling because JT and TJ came to watch my singles championship defeat last Sunday.
Yeah.
And that's when they came out that he was going to perform. And I was like, oh, it's going to be a good show. And they're like, oh, I've never heard of this guy. But no, he's got good music.
Well, there's a lot of pissed off people. I don't really know why on that either. I guess I don't know.
I know why, but we won't talk about it.
Are his songs in Spanish? Is that it?
So, I mean, yeah, but
Your buddy, your favorite musical artist, P. Diddy, has been sentenced to 50 months in prison, which is an interesting sentence to me because when he got his, I guess not sentence, his verdict is the word I'm looking for. He was found not guilty of basically everything that mattered. He was found guilty of some, what I was told at the time were comparatively minor charges. And I do remember the speculation from the legal talking heads at the time was like, oh yeah, he'll probably get time served or, maybe 30 days in jail or house arrest or something like that. It seemed to be pretty unanimous that whatever punishment he was going to get was going to be trivial for the crimes that he was convicted of. But this judge gave him, I mean, what is that? That's 4 years in jail, in prison, in actual prison.
Yeah, but he's got to go like a Martha Stewart prison.
I don't know.
It's like low security. You can go outside 5 hours a day. He's going to be all right.
Did Martha Stewart?
They're probably going to spot him a year and a half of whatever he's been in jail for.
Yeah.
Time served or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Which, I mean, he should get it, right?
Yeah.
If he's been in jail for a year.
I agree.
Yeah. But that was surprising. The lawyers, of course, have said that they're going to appeal the sentence. We'll see what comes of that. But yeah, Diddy, he's going away for the next 4 years, apparently. 4 years and 2 months. And then a weird story. This is where I ran out of time just before you came over. We're gonna finally get to our fantasy football right after this. Another musical artist I'd never heard of. I can only assume this name is pronounced David. It's spelled D, the number 4, V, D, but I think it's David. Have you heard anything about this?
No, but I can tell you were running out of time when you spelled frunk.
Actually, that's not a misspelling.
What?
So
what is that?
On a Tesla, because the engine's
the front?
Yeah, they have the front trunk.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Apologies accepted. But yeah, there was a dead girl in the frunk of David's Tesla. And first off, have you heard of David? That was another one I've never heard of.
No.
How do you feel about you and I both being at the point in our lives where we haven't heard of the musical guest on Saturday Night Live? They, my
kids.
He
was on Saturday Night Live?
I don't know if he was on Saturday Night Live. I mean, in general, both my kids.
Normally, I know them because they're hits. They're big.
Oh,
but yeah, if this dude was on there, then I would be like, oh man, I'm out of touch.
I was reading this story and I'd never heard of him. Natalie had never heard of him. I said to Alex, I'm like, do you know who a musical artist named David is? And Alex was like, oh yeah, is this the guy that killed his girlfriend? And I'm like, yeah, apparently you know. Liz knew who he was too. He got his start on Fortnite, I guess.
Okay.
So he was doing some sort of Fortnite creative mode concerts, for lack of better words. And now he's, I guess a legit musical star with platinum records. This story is still kind of breaking as well. But this guy, David, owned a Tesla. This Tesla was found in a parking lot. And the owners of the parking lot called the cops because there was a terrible smell coming from the car. Police come out. They find, unfortunately, a body in the frunk. That is correctly written in the frunk of this Tesla. 15-year-old girl. Oof. I mean, I try to stay away from any of the legitimately sad and unfortunate stories on this because they are. But this one was pretty crazy. This 15-year-old girl was in David's Tesla. And I had read that he denied knowing anything about it. But then they've since found YouTube videos of David with this girl, whose name is Celeste. I don't know. I don't have the last name of the girl. They found an unreleased song he wrote that was titled Celeste, also the name of the girl. And then he wrote a different song called Romantic Murder. I really should have done a better job researching this. But the lyrics to the song seem to reference him killing an old love interest and forgetting about her. So this dude
by the same name.
Yes, but no, he did not mention Celeste in the Romantic Murder song.
Oh, okay.
Those are two different songs. There was a song named Celeste, another song called Romantic Murder. And even though he apparently didn't know this girl, there's now been a number of videos and pictures surfaced of him with this girl. Oh, and the other part too, him and this 15-year-old girl have tattoos on the same finger with the word "shh" on it, like SHH.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly, I mean, clearly they were involved, right? I can't begin to think of any explanation for all of those coincidences. I'm not saying the guy killed her. I don't know that yet, although it looks pretty bad. But the idea that
Wait, has he been arrested?
No, he's not been arrested.
Oh, okay.
And apparently he's not even a suspect. That'll change.
Oh, yeah.
But
Person of interest.
this will be the next big court TV trial, like the one Frankel was talking about with the lady in Boston that killed her cop.
You got really into it.
I did, yeah. That was actually a pretty interesting case once I got to reading about it. Natalie was watching the trial, and I'd seen some things online. I'm like, this is, dumb shit. But once I started looking at some of the evidence that was in there, like, yeah, that lady was definitely framed up, man.
Yeah.
There was some weird shit happening in that house. So we'll see what happens with this one. But if that goes to trial, I bet you're going to see some messy stuff on there. But you had not heard about this story yet?
No.
Check it out afterwards.
Deforvida. Yeah, I've never heard of that artist, David.
And those were my picks for the national news stories, Andre. Should we spend a few minutes talking about our own beloved fantasy football league before we wrap?
Before we wrap, that's the entree.
That's the entree?
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it. I do have the league stood up over here. If you need to flip around and check things out, feel free to dive into the fantasy football. But I just put our standings. I would think this would make you happy. Much like your story of becoming the first 2-time champion last year, you did that on the back of being the fantasy football loser the year before. You went from worst to first. And our friend Jonathan Teague, who was, in fact, the fantasy loser last year, is a juggernaut so far this year. He is 4-0.
Yeah.
And he is in sole contention of first place, or sole possession of first place, I should say.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful.
Because he's playing me this week?
No, because he has the fewest points against. He's playing with fire.
Dude, pull up the points against. It's on. Go to standings.
Yeah. Here you go.
And then if you scroll down, you can.
This one.
You can sort right there.
So, yeah, he's putting up points. I'm going to give him props, but I'm saying he's got to be careful. He's the only one in the 300s.
So sort it by points for. I want to see who's scoring the most.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Robbie Johnson has the most points for so far with 547. Now Teague is third, so he's doing pretty well.
He's putting up points. Yeah, props.
You're in fourth right there. Look at that. You're only 2.5 points behind Teague.
Yeah, but look at this. He's got his defensive players locked in.
All right, sort by points against now.
That's a huge gap. Look at that.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, everybody's shitting the bed against Teague, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, you got to be careful, Jonathan. That luck's going to run out at some point. Hopefully this week, because he's playing me this week.
Yeah, Kyron put up a game.
He did. Even with a fumble, he put up 27 points.
Oh, my God. Dude, there was some meme going around that it was like the same picture of Kyron. Or not the same one, but like it was like side by side. It like one was him smiling, and that caption was Kyron fantasy player. And the next one was like all sad, Kyron football player.
That's exactly how it was for me.
Yeah. Well, for him, he fumbled the game away.
Well, I was sitting there and I was like, I would have preferred he not fumble it, but I don't care. Still got 27 points.
Yeah. Let me see. We're at okay. Oh, so he's down to 106 projected? How did that happen? He must have somebody out.
Yeah, he must have pulled somebody.
Something happened. Because you guys were tied. Like, it was close.
Oh, I bet it's Brock Bowers because isn't
he's out again?
The latest line is that he's not going to play this weekend.
Oh, man. He doesn't even know about this. He's still in the lineup.
For all my bitching about tight end, I've actually done all right on the tight end spot. Jake Ferguson's doing pretty well for me.
Well, CD being out helps you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. You and JT, man, it's going to be a good one.
You know what I'm hoping for this week? I think Jamar Chase is still going to shit the bed. We talked about that. Jake Browning is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. I'm hoping Travis Hunter finally has some sort of breakout week. For him, He's the
not.
number 2 overall pick.
He's
I don't
not.
understand. Why would he's not getting thrown to though? Look at his pull up Travis Hunter's stats on there. Because it's not a matter of him
Where?
doing poorly. Go back to
Your team?
Yeah, go to my team. And then do the game log, click on Travis Hunter and do his game log. So look, targets. He's getting no targets. If he was getting a bunch of targets and there were a lot of incompletions, I'd get it. But he's not getting the ball thrown to him. That's what I don't understand, man. He was the number 2 overall pick. And I get this cornerback, bullshit stuff that they're playing him with. But he's a wide receiver. He's supposed to be the best wide receiver in the nation. And he got thrown to 2 times in week 3, 5 times last week. What's going on?
That's because isn't he playing both sides of the ball?
He is now. In those first 2 weeks where he had slightly more targets, he was not playing cornerback. But even so, who's drafting a cornerback number 2 overall?
Nobody.
Right? So they draft.
Well, maybe top 5 if they're like a next level.
Yeah, if they're next level, maybe. But I don't think anybody's ever referred to Travis Hunter as a next level Darrelle Revis style cornerback.
Yeah.
He got drafted because he's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So for the best wide receiver in the nation to have 5 targets last week is crazy to me.
I think 5 targets isn't bad.
Pull up,
especially because it wasn't even that close of a game.
I don't know. Let's go to a top-notch wide receiver. Let's look at your team. Who are your receivers?
Oh, okay. I got JJ and Jackson Smith.
Let's look at JJ. I want to see his targets. Oh, actually, you're proving me right. So he had 11 last week, but it was 7, 6, 7. So, all right. Hunter's,
he had that one game with 2. That was pretty low.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, you're going to have some outliers.
Pull up Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Dude, he's been tearing it up. I'm so glad I drafted him.
Yeah, 13, 10. Well, then 6 and 5, though.
Yeah, but the 6, he had a TD. Yeah, he's been on fire. Let's do what you and Matt did. You were asking Matt who you think is going to win. Let's get into the Stephen A. Smith stuff. Who do you think is going to win, you or JT?
I legitimately think I'm going to win, especially if he's got Brock Bowers out at this point. I had a strong start with Kyron Williams. I got Jared Goff, who I'm playing this week. He's up against Cincinnati. But, need we say more about Cincinnati at this point? I'm hoping. Is Alvin Kamara or Kamara? How do you pronounce his last name? Kamara. I think he's going to have a good week. Ferguson, my tight end spot.
Ferguson, he should have a really good week.
I think he's been playing well. And again, I'm hoping for Travis Hunter to have a breakout week. I feel like he's due. I mean, if he's in, the 5th week in the NFL and for the numbers he's putting up are pathetic, he's got to have a breakout week at some point. So if my players hit, I think I'm going to have a good week. I'm going to go ahead and estimate for myself. I'm going to say that I end up with 135 points and I take the win. Teague ends up with 102.
All right. What about the next one? JP, the Leprechaun, 4-leaf clover, rabbit's foot versus Matt.
Can you do the matchup? Let's take a look at the players here. Oh, Baker. I always like Baker. He's looked pretty good. So Frankel's got the 62% chance to win here. He's got Allen. He's got Achan, who's not been killing it. Scadaboo, who I think's hit or miss. Wilson, Godwin. Scroll down. Rashad White. Although Bucky's hurt.
Yeah.
So that's going to help him out. And then, Josh Allen. Josh Allen's going to blow it up at New England. And then JP's already down with a negative 2-point performance. I mean, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick Frankel. I don't think it's going to be close to the score of Scroll Up. I'll do the score projection here. I give Frankel the victory. I don't think he gets 126 points. I think Frankel ends at around 110. I think Josh...
90.
90, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do 90.
The only thing is, maybe I'm being too mean. Maybe not 90, but this is going to come out way after. If I were Josh, I would be playing Kyler Murray over Baker. With this, Baker on the road in Seattle, or you got Kyler at home with no running backs. He's going to be scrambling. Yeah. He's going to get you a lot of yards on the ground. Dude, you should have played Kyler. That's all I'm saying.
I'll tell you, I don't like Josh's strategy here of having Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of Montgomery at this point.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, so JT, man, I mean, obviously Brock Bowers not playing. He's gonna pick up one of these bum tight ends. Yeah, I think you're gonna win too. I'll give you that one. All right, me or Chris Lip?
You. Let's click into the matchup, but I think you're going to have it given Chris Lip's luck. that poor bastard.
The only thing is, yeah, probably.
Who is Lip even playing at this point? You got Bryce Young.
He's got Judkins. That was a good pickup.
Okay. Kenneth Walker III. I think that he's going to do well for him. Debo. Okay. Jordan Addison, Dalton Kincaid. I'd never even heard of Jamie Sherwood, but he's a defensive player.
Yeah.
I don't know who Michael Carter is. I guess he was
like the third stringer for the Cardinals. So he picked him up after my boy Trey Benson got injured.
Yeah. To do score, let's look at your side here. Who you got 3 points? Oh, that's right. You had that kicker. You got lucky there getting a few points from him at the end. That was
mad that they didn't try to tie it up in overtime.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a terrible decision. I don't think you end with 131. I think you get the victory, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull that down a little bit and say you're at 116 is my prediction. Lip, I think, ends up at 100 even.
Okay. Oh, this is going to be good. This is a good one. Brian.
You skipped over.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. There was the TJ matchup before that one. TJ.
Oh, you know, TJ's sad about Derrick Henry.
Wait, is he out?
No, because he had the one monster game, and then he's been like middle of the road.
Oh. He'll come back.
I don't know, man. I think TJ's cooked this season.
Why is TJ playing CJ Stroud? His quarterback must be on a bye. Does he have Jordan Love or something? Scroll down. Oh, Mahomes.
But he's not on the bye.
Yeah, he's got Mahomes on the bench.
Yeah.
I always laugh whoever ends up with Kyle Pitts.
Exactly. I told you, he's cooked. TJ's cooked.
Stroud, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's going to have a good week.
I don't think so because Lamar's out. Their offense is going to be sputtering.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even more. I think that's even better if Lamar's out. That's rushing yards that got to be given to Derrick Henry. That's less throwing. Got to be given to Derrick Henry. I bet you Derrick Henry has a 20-point game. That's my prediction.
Okay.
CJ Stroud, he's been shite this year. He's going to end up with like 14 points. Brees Hall, he'll do all right. He'll pull in 12 points in the running back position. The rest of these guys, I've never heard of any of them. I don't know who Emeka Egbuka is.
He's a rookie.
I know who Ladd McConkey is. I thought Ladd was injured. Maybe I'm thinking of Brock Bowers. I'm getting the Georgia wide receivers confused. And then, McCaffrey. He got 24 points the other night. Oh, and he's got Dak. Oh, yeah. Crispin's got you this week, TJ. I'm sorry. So I'm but I'm predicting Crispin.
Yeah.
And just on points, I'll throw it out there. I'll go with the projected. I'm going to say that Michael beats his projected score. He ends up with 129 points. TJ falls short of projected at 112 and loses the week.
All right. No, this is the one. This is probably the most interesting matchup to me. Brian versus Tim.
So fairly even.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
On the projections. I am surprised seeing that Puka Nacua, I say only got 19.5 points. That's a pretty good outing for a receiver. But with his stats this season, I almost would have expected more. But on the Fagan side, we got Jalen Hurts and Saquon. I've talked about this combo. I like this combo. I think they both end up 20-plus points. So I think
this week?
This week.
No way. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So I think you got 40 right there.
Wow. Okay.
Dobbins and Waddle. I don't know. No, Dobbins will do well. He was blowing it up the other day. Waddle, I don't know anything about Waddle. Miami. How's Tua doing? Does he have any more concussions?
He might. He's due for one.
Yeah.
But no more Tyreek. So, yeah, Jalen will get some more targets.
Yeah, Hill's out. So Waddle's going to get some targets. I like Jacoby Myers. I think he's an underrated receiver at this point later in his career. So I think Myers will do well. Hunter Henry is apparently the number one tight end, which is surprising to me because he's been shit the last couple of years. I know Trey Tucker's the new hot property, but I don't know a lot about him. You got some random linebacker.
That kicker.
And Brandon Aubrey, who's nailing them from 60-plus yards all the time. And then on the flip side, you got Artzes with Puka, Amon Ra, Travion Henderson. I don't like Geno Smith at quarterback.
I think Tim easily has the best wide receiving corps. Amon Ra, Puka, and Quentin Johnston.
I'm going to take the underdog here. I'm giving it to Fagan this week. I think Fagan gives Tim his second loss.
Okay.
And then we got Robbie and Ben. This is a repeat of the fantasy Super Bowl matchup.
The asterisk.
The asterisk. The infamous Madden championship. And Robbie's already got 22 points on the back of an 11-point game from Devontae, which I'm still mad that Robbie took him from me. And damn, he got 11 points from his defensive position. All right, that's a good start. Fairly even on the matchup.
He got Carson Wentz probably going to net him about 4 points, though.
Yeah, that's not a strong quarterback. Why is Wentz in? He's got to have somebody on the back.
Lamar got injured.
Oh, Lamar. Okay. James Cook, killing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Williams has been doing well as well. Pittman Jr.
So I'm not trying to rain on Robbie's parade. I think Javonte, his candle's about to burn out. Like he's not a durable dude.
Well, even if he's not, you got ETN Jr. over there.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm saying Javonte. I mean, this should be close. I mean, Nick Chubb is washed out. Ben's not going to get anything from him. Yeah, this should be a good. This is a toss up.
This will be a toss up because you had Jonty blowing it up. He had 30-something points last week.
Yeah, but he's at Indy. He's not going to get that on the road. And they have a good rush defense.
Xavier Worthy, is he back?
Yeah, he's back. He actually had a good game last week.
All right, Nick Chubb.
Zay Flowers are going to do anything because Lamar's not throwing. I don't know. Robbie's going to win.
You're welcome for Mark Andrews, by the way, who had
he's got 2 Baltimore. Yeah, Robbie's 98%. Robbie's winning this one.
Yeah, I will pull for Robbie. Scroll up. Let me look at the projected. 116 to 108. I'll be lazy here and I'll just take it. Yeah, I'll say Robbie ends up with about 116 points. I'm going to under Ben. Say he's at 104. That's where he ends up. Robbie gets the win.
All right, there we have it.
I need this win too. I'm in dead last place because there are a couple of us with 1-3 records, but of the 1-3ers, I've got the lowest points for.
Oh, okay. But that should clear out with the head-to-heads. Because, see, you don't have the lowest points for. Oh, wait, you do.
Of the 1-3s, I've got the lowest points for.
I guess of the league.
No, I don't have the lowest points for of the league. Do I?
402.
Oh, my God, that's not good. Oh, God. I'm going to end up doing Zumba. Will Allison give me private lessons so I don't make a complete fool of myself?
Yeah, she got you.
All right.
You get some Bad Bunny.
I've got some songs. I already told you I'm going to play that Call on Me, Eric Pride's. That'll be one of mine.
How's that go?
I played the video for you with all the hot
yes.
dance ladies in the dance studio.
Oh, that would go over well with that crowd.
Yep. So if it's me, you're going to hear some Call on Me by Eric Prides. That will be my choice. All right. Well, we're going to find out about our predictions tomorrow. And I feel good about them, though.
Yeah.
I think
that was a good breakdown.
All right. Well, we are over 2 hours, sir. Good session. Thank you for coming back. I hope to see more of you soon.
Thank you for having me back.
So I will be out. There will not be a podcast next week because I will be in lovely India. I do get back on the 17th.
Okay. And then the seance. Oh, what's the term?
An investigation, paranormal investigation. So I get back the 17th of Friday. I'm probably going to be dead that weekend. And then the following weekend, we have the paranormal
24th.
investigation, the 24th.
Okay.
So we'll be recording for that. I'm going to talk to Scott, who's our paranormal investigator. I'll see if we can maybe find an evening to either get him on the phone or maybe we can just show up an hour before the investigation. I'd like to do some, an interview with him, maybe talk about some of his past cases.
Okay.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen? What are we hoping to accomplish tonight? What are we looking to see? But I'm excited about it. I think regardless of what we find or don't find, I think it'll be a fun night.
Yeah.
It'll be a good vibe for the week before Halloween. And I hope we get some good content out of it. It'll be good conversation for the party the next day.
Yeah. Before we sign off, do we need to do the women's section or whatever?
I don't know what the women's section is. You're gonna
just
have to
like like the Mamacita, whatever, Mamacita, or like,
Oh, you're talking about as Frankel would call it, Frankly Frank, where he's giving his media reviews of various
but
shows.
like, but more geared towards women.
Yes.
Not as annoying things.
Yeah. We do, but I'm not prepared. I haven't watched anything recently.
Yeah, I'm starting to think. I'm just trying to make sure we expand our audience.
Now we'll have to put some time into it. Hopefully they're into the paranormal investigation. Maybe they'll get some enjoyment out of that.
Yeah.
I haven't watched like a serialized TV show in quite a while. The last one I watched was White Lotus, and I think I gave my opinions on that.
Yeah, that it was rubbish.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Natalie and I had a conversation about this the other night. We were watching, it was football, I think is what we were watching. And in one of the breaks between, the quarters or whatever it was, they were showing advertisements for upcoming TV shows. There's some show about Billy the Kid. There was another.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. There was another show about some sort of like forest ranger drama, whatever it was. And I said to Natalie, I'm like, who watches this shit?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the audience for these sorts of shows. And we started talking about just, we haven't had a cultural touchstone show like Friends or Seinfeld, or like, when's the last time Breaking Bad, something like that, where the majority of the population was watching and you could have the water cooler conversation. And there hasn't, I guess White Lotus probably would be the closest thing to it recently, but even that was not kind of ubiquitous. But I fear and I think that the state of media is changing, man. I think those serialized shows, the 30-minute or 1 hour shows, I think they'll die with the next generation. You remember that old app that was called, I think it was called Quibi?
Yeah.
And the whole deal was it was all shows
7-minute shows.
Yeah, 7-minute shows, and they were in the lands or portrait orientation.
But they went bankrupt.
They went bankrupt. I'm starting to think that was ahead of its time. I think that might be the future of media consumption, is very short form content like that, slightly longer than a TikTok, but any sort of serialized show will be 7 to 10 minutes. Those Quibi guys, they were ahead of their time.
Maybe.
So you know how like in video games now you can do the Xbox streaming, PlayStation's got it, Google's got Stadia or whatever. There's a dozen different streaming platforms out there where you can stream video games from.
Yeah.
It was probably 8 years ago. There was a company that came out called OnLive, and they were the first company that did this, that had this streaming video game implementation. And I used to be on the video game forums at the time, and everyone was like, first off, this will never work. The technology is impossible. The latency, blah, blah, blah. You can't do it. So they were wrong. You can do it. But this company came out. They didn't have the backing of a Microsoft or a Sony or a Nintendo. They went out of business because they didn't have the capital to support the data centers. And now that's all coming back. That's what Xbox is doing with Game Pass. Sony has the same service. Google's got a whole service. Amazon's got Luna, which is the same thing. That company was way ahead of its time. I think that's Quibi. I'm gonna find the next Quibi, and I'm gonna invest in that, man, because I think that's the future of media. Unfortunately, because I miss the shows that everybody watched that you could talk about.
I thought the future of media was 2-hour podcasts.
Yeah, that too.
That's what we're doing.
2-hour podcast to talk about 7-minute Quibi episodes.
There you go.
But yeah, so if you find a good show that we can include for the women, I think they want the trial. Maybe it's David. Let's both of us commit to finding some women-centric content.
Yeah, I also been watching Love is Blind, but I don't know anything about it, so I didn't want to really talk about it on the pod.
We need Frankel back on.
You think he watches Love is Blind?
I thought he did watch Love is Blind. Isn't that what he... Oh, no, he talked about Love Island. That's a different show. Maybe we just need to have Allison on, though.
Yeah.
We can have Allison make a return. Now we got our Instagram unbanned.
Yeah.
We'll send out a survey monkey. We'll see what they want to hear about. They want to hear about David murdering his 15-year-old girlfriend or Dawson's Creek, or a little bit of both. Por que los dos.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, welcome back to your show. Your ownership stake has now gone from, what was it, 8% or 6% at the beginning? It was 10 when you nailed the opening ad reads. You were back to 25% ownership, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think you figure out this women-centric angle, or even just get me some private training from Allison for the Zumba that it's looking like I'm going to have to do. We'll be right back to 50-50.
So, yeah. I kind of want you to edit this part out, but I kind of want to be on the record. I think TJ is going to be the last one. His team is not going to like he does not have the roster to go 15 games.
Well,
That's how I honestly feel, but I don't want to call him out, and I could end up being the last one.
You're not calling him out. There's no personal animus to this.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you're just making a prediction based on his roster.
When you say call somebody out, that implies an animus.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, not at all. He's my boy. I didn't mean that, but I just feel like, yeah, Derrick Henry, he's washed up. He had one monster week. He can't carry that whole season. Like, he cannot have that pace for the whole season. And I don't even know who. Let me read it. Who has he got?
While you're pulling that up, I'm going to go ahead and disagree for the record. I think Derrick Henry absolutely still has it in him, and I think he'll end up being like the second or third most productive running back in the NFL this season.
I think Ibuka was a steal, and Tyler Warren might be a top 3 tight end. After that, he's got nobody. Like, I mean, I'm being objective.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on my boy. I'm being objective.
All right. Well, since you're making objective picks, I will make an objective pick. And I certainly am not pulling for this or want it to happen, but I have to go with Chris Lipp after the disaster he's having with injuries and how shallow our waiver wire is. And now I definitely understand why you guys always say, like, we can't go past 12 teams. Like, it would just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have, like, fucking 8th string people.
Yeah, it would suck.
At that point. But Chris Lipp, he's got 3 of his draft picks are out for the season, and I think he's got 1 or 2 more that are injured in the near term. That's tough to overcome. So yeah, objectively, if we're picking last placers for the season right now, at this point in the season, you got TJ, I got Chris Lipp. Maybe we'll check in after 3 more games and see how we're projecting.
After the paranormal investigation.
There you go. Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
That's about 3. Yeah, it's 3 more games. 3 weeks from now. Yeah, perfect. All right, man.
All right, Mr. Zaya, good seeing you, sir. We'll wrap up, and I will see you when I get back from India. Find your best ghost hunting equipment. You'll need, like, whatever the trap is the Ghostbusters have. A diaper, possibly. You want to wear that, too.
Dude, if I see blood, I will wear 3 Depends. I guarantee you that.
All right. Well, the next time we talk in a podcast sense, it'll be at Platinum Property for a ghost hunt, and I'm looking forward to it. See you, sir.
See ya.
Somewhere in this town, there's a man right now failing a restaurant for not knowing how to manage his people or clean up some bugs, but he'll pass on a retest so he don't give a fuck. And in this case, you'll figure out we are the wrong way roundabouts. We'll talk some shit and make things up. We'll complain about it all a lot, but I love this stupid league.